2022 161 documents, 2023 77 documents. So going at this rate even, so maybe multiply by 3, maybe 200 documents might be indexed in Scopus. Hello Christo Ananth channel members, viewers and subscribers, very good day to you all. So in this video we are going to have a very genuine review about the reputed quality Scopus Index journal. The journal name is International Journal of Professional Business Review. Normally you call it as JB Review. So we'll try to understand whether this journal is currently indexed in Scopus and what are the processing charges or maybe publication charges for this journal. And maybe if you go through the website, maybe they might display some processing or maybe publication charges, but maybe through the agents or maybe through the back door, what are the processing charges they are trying to get in order to get the paper published. So that also will have an intensive review. So once again, we would like to remind our Christo Ananth channel members that we are the only channel to give a very bold, intensive, detailed review about a Scopus, SCI, Web of Science Index journal as well. Without wasting much time, let us go straight into the review part. So the name of the journal is International Journal of Professional Business Review. This is what we have searched in Google and we are getting the search result openaccessojs.com. So within that we have this particular journal. So here it shows like about the journal, current and make a submission section. Also we can find the SciImagoJR link for this particular journal. Okay, so we have several links as well. Even we have the link for Scopus as well. Okay, so we'll go straight with the journal. Okay, so this is openaccessojs.com/JB review. So this is what I was talking about. This journal has this name called JB review. So if you see more regarding the contents, it will be quite similar to the Brazilian journal. So it's Brazilian Journal of Operations and Production Management, BJO ampersand PM. So something like that it will be displayed. So why is that? Because they follow that open access OJS system. So the domain what they are offering is free of charge, and of course they will follow the similar pattern. So it will be following much like the Brazilian Journal of Operations and Production Management. So one thing that you have to note with this journal, you can submit your paper English, Portuguese or maybe Spanish language. You can submit in these three languages. For submitting your paper to this particular journal, you have to include your ORCID ID as well as REDALC ID. So this is what they have mentioned. They have given some steps about how you should create the REDALC ID. Okay, on the website they have mentioned that this particular journal is indexed in the Scopus Elsewhere, REDALC Mexico, okay, DOAJ, EBSCO Host Publishing, Google Scholar, OpenAir and so on. So we have some quality indexing. Down if you can see, we can see the current issue. So it shows like continuous publication. Initially it was like publishing twice in a year, okay, and afterwards like after 2021 it became like monthly issue. As we observe that papers are from international means, so which means that it's a good sign. So when we observed the articles published in this particular journal, there are too many articles. This itself we have to cross check again, because when the journal is publishing too many articles, might be a problem that it might be removed from Scopus. Also, when you try to submit your research paper for this particular journal, please make sure that you read the scope of the journal, because what happens is maybe you try to submit or maybe publish a multidisciplinary article in this journal, and chances that this journal, like if it not falls under the scope, means maybe it might not be indexed in the Scopus. So you have to be extra careful when submitting any research paper to this journal. Here we have a section called make a submission, which allows you to register and then login. So here also we have this register and login. So when we go through the submission requirements, this is the submission preparation checklist. So the article should be in MS Word format or maybe the rich text format, and it should not exceed the 2 MB. Of course, like foreign words also should be displayed in italics. And they have given a very important note that the identification of the article's author should be removed from the file, and of course the properties option in the MS Word as well. Make sure that you try to include your ORCID ID, name, title, everything has been mentioned much more clearly in the author affiliation. So with regards to the number of pages for the extension, they have given maximum of 35 pages. That includes the entire manuscript, references, tables, figures and annexes, and also you can go through the formatting requirements what the journal prefers to. So here in the section they have also given the download for the template of that particular journal, so you can follow that particular template. The easiest way is that download the template, and of course whatever the research paper that you have worked for, so paste in that one, so which means that it will be formatted according to the journal format. So here we can find the focus as well as the scope of the journal, whether your research paper falls under the qualitative or maybe quantitative methods or maybe both. And of course the topics are mentioned like environmental law, organization studies, HRM, entrepreneurship, e-business, IT even they have given the topics even. So make sure that your research paper falls in the scope and you can submit your research paper. So here we have the editorial team section. So the editor-in-chief has been displayed with the ORCID ID. So all of the editorial board members have been displayed with their ORCID ID. And one interesting thing is that the editorial board members or maybe the editorial team is very limited, which means that they follow a very transparent procedure. When it comes to author fees for the publication, they are charging, for submission 0, no USD, and for article publication it is 500 USD. So 500 USD in Indian rupees, it would account to 40,000 Indian rupees, because 1 USD is equal to 80 rupees. So 40,000, but in the back door or maybe through the agent, they are charging around 36,000 in Indian rupees. So maybe less they are charging. Maybe they follow some certain procedures with regards to review process, and afterwards it is getting published. Also, when going through the publication frequency, as I mentioned earlier, as of 2016 the journal will be published twice a year, and after 2021 it is published as a monthly issue. So maybe some who are saying okay, it is published as a quarterly journal or maybe yearly journal, don't go behind them, because they have mentioned the things much more clearly. So they have also displayed the Google metrics H5 index, so that is associated with the Google Scholar. They also have the templates section as well, so you can go through the templates. What are the templates that you need to download in order to make your paper successfully published in this journal? You can go through. Also, you can find the contact section over here. The contact section is very much clear with the address, the pin code as well, the principal contact with the email ID. Even they have WhatsApp support even. So maybe if you have written your paper maybe in English, Spanish or maybe Portuguese, and if you need any written support, then definitely you can contact them via WhatsApp or maybe their email ID. So since they have displayed the ISSN number very much clearly, we'll first of all check this particular journal in the Sci-Imago JR. So when you go to Sci-Imago JR, you can search for this particular journal, International Journal of Professional Business Review. The country is Brazil and the publisher name is also displayed. So here it is 25253654, which is same as this ISSN number. Okay, so here they say like publication type it is journal, H index is it is 3, and coverage year it is 2016 to 2021. Okay, so as I told you, Sci-Imago always publishes 1 year before, so you need not have to worry. So you might think okay, it is discontinued, not like that. So we'll cross check with Scopus. Okay, so here they have given the information. So home page is given, okay, and also how to publish in this journal is also given. So when we click on this one, it is pointing to the same website which we actually reviewed. So according to Sci-Imago JR, this particular link is the correct journal. Also down, if you can see, we can find the scope of this journal, and about the quartiles, it falls under Q4 up to 2021. So business management sciences, decision sciences, strategy and management, tourism, leisure and hospitality management. So we have these fields. Also you can find the 2-year, 4-year and 5-year metrics as well. And here when we go down in the comment section, the first comment was very shocking. I do not recommend dealing with this journal because like 44 days ago, okay, so this comment was posted just 4 months back, okay, just 44 days ago, my paper was not published. So even after continuously contacting them, there was no answer. So here if you can see, like the support team member, he or she will be replying the same message, so they don't care about this one, and continuously they were asking whether it is published, whether it is indexed in Scopus, how much time it takes from the submission till publication. So these comments you can find them, but the journal is quite a very genuine journal, and of course you have to cross check. Okay, so if you are doing the things very correctly, and of course the paper will get published, so no problem with that. I don't know why there was such a comment from this person. So according to Sai Amigo JR, we have found that it is a genuine journal. Of course, we will cross check with the Scopus. So here in the Scopus, maybe in the sources, okay, you can type the journal name. So this is our journal. We can copy this particular journal, and of course we will paste them. So in the title, make sure the title is selected, and of course you can click on International Journal of Professional Business Review. So this was the suggestion. So about this journal, we have the site score 0.3, highest percentile 14%, and of course citations, we have very less citations, 22 citations only. Okay, so we'll go for this journal. It's an open access journal. So here if you can see the Scopus coverage years from 2016 to present. So just like we'll have like 7 years or so, it is currently indexed in Scopus. So the publisher name is same what we saw in Sai Omega JR. The ISSN is same, no print number. So somebody who's trying to display maybe print ISSN number, be careful because it doesn't have a print number. And of course the subject area or maybe the scope has been displayed, it's a journal, and source homepage is given. So maybe if you can click on this one, whether it is pointing to any other website, we can see. Of course it is pointing to the same website what we have already reviewed. Okay, so here if you can see several site score metrics as well, we'll go for Scopus content coverage. So here if you can see 2023, we are right now in April. Okay, so we have like 77 documents. Okay, so back in 2016 they started with 13, 14, 19, and afterwards 2021 even 10 documents only, 2022 161 documents, 2023 77 documents. So going at this rate even, so maybe multiply by 3, maybe 200 documents might be indexed in Scopus by the end of 2023. We have to be much more careful, because if you are going in this rate, publishing too many articles in this journal, then definitely Scopus team they might receive a complaint, and of course we will have the review as well. So earlier days, like they will review the journal, okay, once in a year, but now whenever complaint comes, whenever query comes, they try to review, and they find a mistake or maybe fault, or too many articles are being published in a particular special issue or maybe normal issue, then definitely they will try to remove the indexing. So if they remove means it will show like discontinued or maybe till 2023, just like that it will be displayed. Okay, so once again we will cross check whether that is the particular home page. Okay, so we'll click on this 77 documents. So here if you can see we have like halal tourism, we have view at publisher, so it was published in 2023. So we'll click on this one. When we clicked on that view at publisher, we got the halal tourism published in volume 8 issue number 2 2023, and here if you can see everybody, the ORCID ID has been displayed. Also the DOI whatever they have mentioned, they have given some number even, but it is pointing to the same website even. So the abstract, everything, the information has been given. Of course you can cite the paper, so they have like different formats, and of course the paper has been copyright protected. The work has been licensed under Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 international license. So you can find the download metrics. Of course you can have the references as well. So from the Scopus we have found out that this is the genuine journal. We have reviewed about this one. So in this video, of course, we have reviewed about the processing charges and publication charges in the website, and of course what the agents or maybe the backdoor what they are charging. We have had a very genuine review. With regards to publication time, this journal takes at most 4 months to 5 months of publication time. So maybe you can prepare your time accordingly from the time of submission till the date of the publication. And there are no problems with this particular journal. It is currently indexed in Scopus. So if you have the paper, English, Spanish, or maybe Portuguese, you can submit your quality research paper. And of course, please make sure that you maintain a good Turnitin plagiarism report of less than 15%, and make sure your scope of your research paper or maybe scope of your review paper matches with the scope of the journal. And if that is so, then there will be no problem in the Scopus indexing. Also, another one point to note that this journal is not indexed in Web of Science. It is indexed only in the Scopus. And of course, if you have any positive or negative experience, please feel free to share them in the comment section. So I hope you would have found this review much more useful as well. And if you have any positive experience or maybe negative experience with this particular journal, please feel free to share them in the comment section. And of course, if you are in a confusion, if you are in a dilemma to choose a genuine review about a Scopus or maybe Web of Science or maybe SCI index journal, please feel free to share them as well in the comment section. So thank you once again for continuously supporting our channel. See you then in another interesting genuine review about a Scopus or Web of Science, SCI or maybe ISI index journal. Till then, collaboration is everything.